Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. Thank you, guys, for coming through. Good morning, TGIF. Oh, God, it's Friday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, wake up with Miss Fins. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. You already know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to do. Go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe. Yes. Please go ahead and let everybody else know we are live. Thank you so much. If you're catching the the replay, thank you so much for catching the replay. Really do appreciate it. Stay tuned because you too will enjoy an awesome show today because we're always going to have fun here with Miss Finn. So thank you so much, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe, let everybody else know. Today, as you can see in the title, we are talking trade potentials for draft picks and players, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, what in the trade? Yes. So we're gonna have a great discussion. Already have it all lined up for you guys, and I want to hear from you as well. Put in the comment section of the show, what trade potentials do you want to go ahead and see? Which players would you like the team to trade for? Which players would you like the team to actually trade away from? And which teams or trade opportunities do you want us to do in the draft? Go ahead and comment all of that in the comment section. I reply to all comments, so please go ahead and do so we can continue this awesome conversation offline. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, be kind. Let's be kind. Yes. Remember to keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy each other. Enjoy debating because I love debating. But be kind to your fellow man because we want to make sure that everybody feels good and comfortable. And just think, PBS kids, kids do watch this show. Family friendly. So definitely go ahead and be kind, but please debate. I love debates. As always, guys, you can catch Miss Fins Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. So thank you so much for coming through, guys. And a great way for you to support the channel, besides hitting the like button and subscribing, is to become a member, guys. Become a member, yes. And thank you for all of the members that we have in the channel. We continue to grow and continue to do bigger and better things. So hit that like button, share, subscribe, and absolutely become a member because, it's a great way to let me know that you guys appreciate the content and you want to see more. So please hit it. Thank you so much to all of our members of the channel, man. You guys are awesome and you guys keep making it great. So thank you so much. And welcome back to What in the Trade? Miami Dolphins edition, trade potentials for draft picks, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have a great conversation today. Stay tuned, relax, pop some popcorn, or eat breakfast, or lunch, depending on how you started your day, or force meal if you still haven't gone to sleep. So, because I know we have a lot of people all around the world. So go ahead and take care of that, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get going. Thank you so much for coming through. Appreciate all you guys in the comments. Thank you. Good morning. Trade everyone and start over. That's Hey, I get it. Good morning, guys. Good morning. But fret not. We're gonna have a great show today. So let's keep it going. It's actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about it. You know what? We've been breaking down the cap. We've been talking about the franchise tag and other things that the team can do. Remember, we are deconstructing the team and kind of building it from the ground up together. And one thing that I was thinking about, okay, so now let's go ahead and focus on the trades that we could potentially make. And how can we also recoup some draft picks because we're going to need draft. We'll talk about the actual draft coming out, guys. We have so much time in this off season, so don't worry. We will be talking draft. I know there's a lot of draft heads out there, but believe me, we will be talking draft. Um, but what I wanted to do was go ahead and kind of go over three things with you guys today. And I found an excellent article from Bleacher Report. Shout out to Bleacher Report. Go check them out. Um, and essentially just giving different trade opportunities for the Dolphins to go ahead and do. So the three things that we want to focus on today is going to be tradable players. So which players do we have in the current roster? Which ones have the most value? And how much can we get for them? It doesn't mean we will trade them, people. It's just saying, hey, with the right price, you know what I mean? Maybe. But at least they have the most value. So, which are our tradable players we're going to focus on? Also, too, who are the trade targets? There are going to be some trade. We're going to have to do trades, being that we need so many positions. So, what are some of the so far trade targets that we have in our sites, or we could potentially have in our sites? So we will discuss that, and also too, what kind of pick trades can we do? Trading back from here, picking up this, switching trades, so all of that good stuff, and even trade partners that we may have when it comes to the draft, we can take a look at as well. So that's what we're going to focus on today, ladies and gentlemen. So again, hit that like button. We need at least 5 more likes, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So let's get into it real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and pull this puppy up, because at first I want to see what players, who are our tradable players. And I'm going to also show you how can they impact the cap as well. See, you're getting a little two for there, for free. Uh, let's see here. So let me share this real quick, because I want to go ahead and I can't believe we only I can't believe we only have 45 players under contract. This is on another level. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this puppy. Let me share right here. Very easy. I think this is it. Nope. Yep. Yep. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So here is the cap, and here is where we are in our cap space right now. As of today, we are $51.8 million. Might as well say $51.9 million under the cap. Obviously, you guys already know, because you've been following Miss Phins, that every team in the league has to be cap compliant and has to be under the cap or right at the cap by March 13th at 4 p.m. Why? Because or technically 3:59:59, because at 4 p.m. is the official start of the new league year, and they have to be under that prior to 4 p.m. on March 3rd. Now, as far as the players that we have, which are the players? We're going to start off with which are the players that have the most trade value. The most trade value. You can get the most picks. You can potentially save the most money from remove them from your cap. All of the stuff we're gonna go over, but I want to hear from you guys too. Like, who, who do you think are trade? And remember, this does not mean that the Dolphins will trade these players, or it's a conspiracy theory. No, relax. We're breaking everything down to build it back up. So to break it all down, what right now in our trade day, which players here have the most value for us to trade? So go ahead and put it in the comment section, guys. Let me take a look at what you guys say here because I think it's very, very interesting. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate all of you guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button so that way we can go ahead and, continue to share this awesome stuff with everybody as well, guys. Okay? Let me actually, I'm talking all this and I didn't even hit the like button. Nope. No. Get out the way. Message ain't coming through. Ain't air crew. Oh, oops. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you're live. Things always come up. Oh, there you go. Man, I look good. Okay. So, let's take a look at these tradable players. Are we matching today? What do you mean matching? We're both wearing orange? Because if we are, then yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. So to me, first and foremost, the one player that I feel has the most value for us as far as when it comes to getting the most picks, believe it or not, it's actually Tyreek Hill, ladies and gentlemen. With the mathing. Are we? Oh, mathing. Oh, wow. Got it. Yes, we're mathing today. So Tyreek Hill, to me personally, has the most potential to give us the most value, the most bang for our buck. He is at bare minimum a first and a second, with the understanding that he's still in his prime. And yes, you'll need to rework his contract. But if you really take a look at it, it's not even that much. So let's say we were to go ahead and we're going to take a look at trading Tyreek pre June 1st. Well, that one doesn't make sense to me. Oh, okay, it'll cost us $2.6 million because his debt cap is 33. But if it's post June 1st, look at that, people. We get to save $20 million. Yes, $20 million. And all we're doing is a simple trade for Tyreek. And we get to save $20 million. Again, for everybody coming in the building, good morning, guys. Hit the like button. Okay, we are taking a look at what is the most potential that we can get out of and the most tradable players that we have right now. So look at that. That means that we can get his debt cap will be 11.3, but we will take his contract off of us and be able to save $20 million from the cap. Let's see, 51.8, what that does. Submit. Look at that. Already saved those $20 million. Okay. So that's one potential. But again, remember, I feel like he's the most juiciest because obviously you see how much we can save from the cap. But also, too, we can get multiple picks from him. And like I told you already, I think at least a first and a second, or bare minimum a first. But let's say a team says, you know what, we have to take on his contract. I can't give you a first. Okay. What can you give me that's kind of equivalent? 2 seconds and a third? Maybe 2 seconds and a fourth? Okay. Perhaps. Does that mean that maybe perhaps we might even have to eat some of his, which we will because we still have to pay him his dead money. But does that mean that maybe we have to take on a little bit of his contract? Okay, perhaps. But you're still going to save money in your overall cap. Get him off your contract from the multiple years that we still had with him and still be able to pick up draft picks. So at least I think a first and a second. If not, I would say 2 seconds and a third or a fourth. What do you guys think? Do you what? How much value in trades do you think we can get for Tyreek? Hmm? What are you thinking we can actually get? Put that in the comment section so we can take a look at it. So to me, the biggest bang for a buck, the most tradable piece, because of what we're able to get from him, would be Tyreek. I'm not trading Jalen Ramsey. He's too much. You can't really trade Bradley Chubb. You wouldn't really get most from anything from him because he's injured. You know, with Xavier Howard, the only issue is no one really wants to trade for him. And if you think about it, let's see here. Post, if we cut him post June 1st, we get 18.5, right? It'd be the same as trading him when it comes to the cap. But right now, the issue with Xavier Howard, although a veteran, he's 31 already. This is this is the I would say the biggest obstacle. Now, the difference between him and Tyreek is still performing at a high level, although he is 30. They both have been in the league for 8 years. But Xavier Howard is 31, and you've kind of seen him get burnt left and right in the last couple of years. Is he still in his prime? Past his prime? I still think that there's some things left in the tank. Still think that he probably has maybe like 2, 3 more years max where he could still perform really well as a veteran. But obviously, he's not going to be like a young stud because, again, he is 31 and right now dealing with his groins injuries. That's kind of like the main issue with him. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't trade him. His groins is the issue why I wouldn't trade him. So to me, I think he's gonna be designated as a just straight up cut. Plus, teams could literally just wait for us to cut him and not have to pay, what's left on his contract. So it kind of makes sense. He wouldn't be really a tradable piece. Okay. The other play that we have, we're just following the list. Get off your horses. Tua absolutely has trade value. Anybody that tells you that he doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But Tua absolutely has trade value. First of all, he just proved to you that he can stay healthy this entire past season. Second of all, he's only 26. That's it. And on top of that, too, what makes Tua even more valuable is the fact that he is essentially on an expiring contract. You have the fifth year option where you can give him an extension, whether you want to give him 3, 4, 5 year extension. Typically, it ends up being a 5 year extension, just so you can move the money and spread it around the most. But Tua absolutely has value because he's so young. He's overcome the injuries. He's still a very effective player. He just won the passing title, Pro Bowler. He is he's able to run your offense. Now, is he still developing? Does he still have to do better things to get better as a quarterback? Absolutely. I'm not denying that. But the fact that he is so cheap, I mean, quarterbacks right now are going for $50 million a year. You can get a quarterback with experience, both pre and postseason, who's still young that you can actually build with and build around with. So if you have a young team, if you have a team that needs a quarterback that has some key pieces, absolutely Tua Tagovailoa is a great addition to any team. To any team. Now, he also proved he can win a playoff game. He's had one shot, so yes, although that is a valid statement, he's had one shot. I will tell you this: Tua will have the opportunity to play multiple playoff games, whether it's with us or someone else. That I feel very comfortable in saying. He will get you your 11, 12 wins a season. And yes, he will win playoff games, in my opinion. But he absolutely has trade value. Remember, all we're doing today is trying to maximize all of our tradable players. Not every player is tradable. Tua, with that juicy contract, he absolutely is tradable. And again, I'm not advocating for anybody to get traded in this scenario, what we're doing with our exercise today. I just want to see so we have an idea what can we get if these scenarios did present themselves. So if we were to go ahead and trade Tua, it would we just save his contract money. But not only could we save the $23 million from him, right? We're getting picks for Tua. To me, Tua, he is at least a first round pick, at minimum, a first round pick. Some people are gonna argue and say, "No, he's not, Miss Phins. He's a first round pick." Listen, very rarely can you or do you see in the NFL where you have a rookie quarterback that could step in, be your starter, and perform like a CJ Stroud, like a Andrew Luck, like a Matthew Stafford, where they're hitting the ground running. That doesn't happen every season. Believe me, a lot of quarterbacks get thrown into that situation every single year. That doesn't mean that they're going to perform in that high level, like the gentleman I already mentioned. But a player, I'm always going to go for the experienced player, the potential player, because Tua has 4 years of experience in the NFL versus a rookie that's never stepped on the field. He knows what it is to get hit, to avoid pressure, to have to deal with everything you have to deal with as a quarterback in the NFL and look at different defenses and adjust. A rookie doesn't know how to do that. And one of the things, if you look at like interviews from like rookies after their first year, one of the main themes you always hear is, yeah, except Tua, because for some reason he said, "Oh, it just seems easy." I'm like, anyways, but besides him, you hear, yeah, it's definitely different than college, and the thing is, you're not going up against your peers, you're going up against grown men, as a 20-year old, 21, 22, 23-year old. So when you're dealing with grown men who are 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 32, 35, it hits literally a lot different. So with that being said, I can see how a team can give us a first. More than likely, maybe 2 seconds for him. If let's say, you know what, the value in Tua is the fact that his contract is expiring. You can literally sign him for whatever you want and make that contract with him. That's what makes him the most valuable. So I would say bare minimum 2 seconds, maybe a second and a third, because he's still developing. But I don't see anything less than, like, you'd have to give like multiple, because again, if there is an actual calculator, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this, that gives you the value of each pick. So, in order to do a trade, and sometimes it takes a combination of multiple picks to be able to gain the same value. So, what a first round pick might be a first round pick, you may need to give in like 2 seconds and a fourth and a fifth, or a third and a sixth, or something like that to equate wherever that first round pick is, because every pick has a value. Um, Now, as far as, let's see here, I like to jot all this puppy down. Let's see here. Yeah, the most we'll be saving with him will be $23 million. That would automatically, look at that. Oh, people in their calls. Look at that. 8.7. So we were at $51.8 million in cap. Now we're down to 8.7. All we did was trade Tyreek and Tua. Two. Two players. So I'm showing you the value. If we can find a partner that would be willing to, I totally understand where it may not seem like no one wants to take, Tyreek's contract. No, well, the most favorable contract absolutely is Tua between the two. But you can still extend and you can still rework the contract. There are teams out there that might be desperate. Man, if we just get this one weapon, we can. Oh, it'll take us over the top. You know what I mean? So that's it. We've only done two. Let's continue. This is freaking Tehran. I'm so over this man. Look, he's not tradable. I don't care what nobody tells me. This man is either we keep him or cut. there's no there's no other there's no other way. Um there's no other way of putting it with Tehran. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, it's either cut or we're staying with him. So let's see here. Emmanuel Ogba, we already know he's going to be a cut. No one's taking his contract. No point. Same thing with Baker. He's more than likely getting cut and then probably re-signed. They might restructure his contract. We've seen that already in our previous cap shows, but not a viable tradable player in my opinion, because we wouldn't really get much from him. Sealer, we're under contract. No point. Another tradable player. Another tradable player is Jalen Waddle. And I know I've been seeing a lot of from a lot of people. Oh my God, no way! What? Don't stop! What? I'm like, people. First of all, relax. Like, what is this? Oh God, this is one thing I can't stand about Excel, man. Fine. Comma. 3, 4. Okay. Let's continue. Where are we? Waddle. Waddle is another player. Again, if you're just coming in, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you're just coming in, we're doing an awesome exercise today in what in the trade. Uh, yes, I just really like saying that. Yes, guys, we are literally doing an exercise in what in the trade for trade potentials for draft picks, ladies and gentlemen. All we're doing is our three different scenarios in which we, as Dolphins, can go ahead and pick up draft picks and are able to benefit from it as well in um, the cap arena. And with those three different situations we're doing, number one is tradable players, number two, trade targets that we could look into, and number three, pick trades that we can do, moving back and acquiring extra picks and things like that. So those are the three things. Now, this does not mean I'm saying or advocating for any of these players to get traded, people. I'm just showing you what these players can do to the cap if we were to go ahead and trade them. Now, excuse me, Waddle, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but rookie contract, rookie contract. He's already had 1,000 yard season, 2,000 yard seasons, if I'm not mistaken, like 2,001, like 1,000 yard seasons. Broke the rookie record in receptions. And on top of that, too, you get to save so much money. So you're saving $4.3 million, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're taking a look at the draft, when you're taking a look at this, the cap itself, we went from 51.8 now down to 4.3 by only trading three guys who, in my opinion, have the most trade value. And that's all we're looking at. What are the players that have the trade value? Jalen Waddle absolutely has trade value. Absolutely has trade value. He's young, effective, and any other team he would be. In this team, he was our number one wide receiver until we got Tyreek, and then he became 1B, Um, so he's another player where he has value when it comes to trades. Being that he's so young, being that he's so effective. Now, granted, obviously he's still got to fix a few things in body catching, which I can't stand, but several things he's still got to pick up. But with time, he will get better as a wide receiver. He is in his prime. He's only 26 years old. He is literally entering the, well, because, we haven't extended him or done a fifth-year option. He's entering his fourth year in his rookie contract. So literally, the sky's the limit when it comes to being able to formulate whatever contract this other team would like to do with him. And with that being said, we get to save the cap space, but one thing that we also get to go ahead and do is to pick up multiple draft picks. Multiple draft picks. With Waddle, and I've seen this multiple times. I've seen this multiple times, and multiple people I've already seen. I've even heard two first round picks for Waddle. I haven't. I haven't heard. What am I trying to say? I've heard two first round picks for him. I've heard a first, 2 seconds, or a first, a second, and a third and fifth. But because of his youth, his effectiveness, he's had a couple injuries here and there, but for the most part, he's been able to keep his body pretty intact. His career, being that he's only been in the league 3 years. That's it. You know, um, and he's still, because he's a first rounder, you can still get that Um, you can still get that fifth year option to give you even more opportunities to keep him cheap in your in your roster and in your cap. Jalen Waddle definitely, definitely has, I would say, the most draft potential, like for us to pick up draft picks, than any other player because he's so young, because he was affected. Again, we're just saying what are the players we have that we can actually get things from. And he's definitely one of them. I mean, I can't think of anybody else. So at bare minimum, what do you think? What do you guys think Jalen Waddle is worth? Hmm? What do you guys actually think Jalen Waddle is worth when it comes to draft picks? I'm not advocating for anyone to trade Waddle. I'm not advocating for anyone to trade Tua or Tyreek. I'm just showing you guys who are our tradable players. Because if you're talking Waddle with his youth, no possible way do I think he's any less than 2 seconds. I think that would be. I don't want to say the max because I mean a team could literally just give us a first for Waddle, but I think the max, especially with this season, and that's a good point that you bring up. There is a deep wide receiver draft this season, and several free agents that are coming to the market, but Waddle is young, so I can see 2 seconds. I can see 2 seconds at least. I'm with you, Timothy. It's his overall value. He's a number one receiver in any of the other 31 teams in the NFL. So, say a first, third, fourth, and fifth for Waddle. That's a haul. That's a haul. He's got 3,000 yard seasons, maybe first, but injury second round. Yeah, three. That's what I thought it was three, blah, three 1,000 yard. I said at least two 1,000 yard seasons. So my statement was still correct. But yeah, every single year he's hit 1,000. And let's be real, the only reason why he didn't hit more than he didn't get to like 1,700 is because we literally, what do you call it? Have Tyreek, like who is the older version, of him, if you really think about it. So yeah. Um so yeah. I think you can get a whole. To me, he is worth a first run, first round pick. I say a first, a second, and remember, not all the picks have to be this year. A lot of people don't know the most valuable picks are going to be this year's because you have a general idea of the players that you could pick up that are declaring for the draft. But you could you can get future picks. So you can get a first for this year, a second for next year, and then a third and fourth for this year. You see what I mean? So they don't all have to be in the same season, like the same draft. You can get two picks for next year and two for this year. So teams could do that. Again, for whatever it is a team wants to, each pick has a certain amount of value. So that definitely is something to consider. You're gaining multiple picks for this young man. Multiple picks for him. And that's the good thing about having someone as young as Waddle, that you can gain so many picks for him. And you're still saving $4.3 million because he's still in his rookie contract. Look, and now we're down from 51.8 million to 4.3, and all we did was just cut three dudes. That's it. That's all we did. Just cut three guys. Not cut. Sorry, traded three players because these are our most tradable, tradable, more tradable players. Okay. Let's see here. After Waddle, no. Mike White, no. Darren Spines, he's ours. Jackson, we just signed. Sanders is ours. Jalen Phillips is ours. Alec Engel, ours. Jeff Wilson. I mean, oh Jesus, what can we get? Like a fifth for Jeff Wilson? Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if you cut him, you save 2.8. Jeff Wilson Jr. He didn't. I don't feel like he had enough production this season to be able to do it. Thank you, thank you. Hey, what's up, Dolphins Thirsty? Go check them out, guys. Awesome, awesome content all the time. Definitely check them out. Absolutely awesome. Good morning to you, sir. Um, that I mean, hey, let's get her going. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe you can get a fifth for Jeff Wilson. He does have value. He was effective when we had him. But I just don't know. Raheem Mostert, in my opinion, he's gonna stay with us. I mean, he is under contract, but mm. Jeff Wilson's 29. Like maybe I feel like Duke Riley's just gonna get straight up cut. No one is picking up his contract. Like I mean, as much as I would love to, it makes more sense for them to cut him and save 2.5. But then again, which linebacker are you gonna get that's a veteran with experience for $2.5 million or $3 million? You know, so yeah. What do you mean in what fantasy realm? You don't think Jeff Wilson Jr., who played really well for the 49ers and played well for the Dolphins, isn't worth a fifth? What is he worth a seventh? You tell me. I keep asking. Write it down. That's the whole point of me asking you guys. What do you guys think? What if we were to trade this guy? What do you think a team is willing to give us? I mean, he's cheap. He's only 2.3. If you want to get uh, a veteran running back, look at Dalvin Cook trying to get $8 million, and we were like, nah. Trading Wilson, you're gonna get a running back for 3.6 who was effective. Just saying. Uh, Morning word of mouth. The only problem is you can't really trade Chubb because Chubb is still injured. No one's trading for an injured player like that. Hey, listen, if you don't think my trades are realistic, please tell me who do you think is a tradable player? Why do you think I keep asking? Look, look hello? That's the whole point of me asking you guys. You don't gotta be sorry. Why don't you tell me which trades you think are more realistic? I'm just telling you my opinion. Please feel free. I love playing GM. So guys, play GM with me. Which players do you think have this value? Uh, I mean, it is what it is. But more than anything, if we were to do anything with him, with Jeff Wilson, it'll probably be just cutting him, which would save $2.8 million. So, not a trade person. We're only focusing on trades. Yeah, they're not trading Javon Holland. Not at all. Liam Eichenberg, maybe? Let's please. No. No one's trading for him. Cam, nobody knows Cam, so there's no point in us trying to trade Cam. Tyndall, same thing. And now what are you, nobody hears except, ooh, Devon Achan. Ain't no way I'm trading Devon. He has a lot of value. But I only had 1 year with him. Ain't no way. No way. Absolutely no way. Well, level two new, why don't you tell me what each of the players I just mentioned, which and how many picks do you think we could get for these guys? At least we agree they are tradable, but what do you think is a realistic amount? I love it. Please, hey, listen, I learn from you guys all the time. And this is a two-way conversation. So please go ahead and let me know. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, Devon Chain, no way I'm training him. Too young, 23. And he had that little injury situation, but please, he's young. Fresh legs, no way I'm training him. Even Eric is like this, just nobody. I don't see anyone else in this team, realistically speaking. And now you're just hitting the bodies. These are all bodies. There's nobody realistic. Like the main guys that got meat in the bone. You know what I mean? Like meat in the bone. Those guys, I feel like are the only guys that we just talked about. Now I keep seeing from you guys the sign and trade of Christian Wilkins. Wow, that would that would more likely fall under Scusi, a tag and trade. I mean, they could still technically sign him to a contract and then trade that contract to another team. But one of the values of having a player is being able to formulate your contract however you want. Excuse me. Now, I am 100% with all of you guys when you say, why would you draft, develop, and literally let walk away Christian Wilkins without getting anything from him? Like, literally nothing from him. Like, it literally blows my mind how on earth you can draft a guy, which this isn't the first time he would be doing this. Draft a guy, develop him, they become great at the position, and then we're just gonna let them walk. They've earned the right to be. They've earned the right to be free agents. What the? Oh God, I can't. It irks me so much to hear that from Greer because to me it's like out of all the players, the one guy you could have gotten a haul for, you're not gonna. Unreal. Bills did it with Edmonds. Yeah, but no, man. Not with a guy like Wilkins. So I'm with you guys. Sign and trade, yeah. And if we did sign and trade, um, or tag and trade, how many picks do you think we could get for Christian Wilkins? Put that in the comment section. Put in the comment section. How many picks do you think we can get for Wilkins? I mean, he's gonna look for top five money. You know, are we talking like a Tunsil two first? I don't think he's worth two first. I think he's worth at least a first, maybe a first and 2 seconds, depending on where the seconds are. It could be, a first and a second this year, and then a second next year. You know what I mean? However, they end up formulating it for the value of the picks, a first, and I feel like if you get into the second, third, and fourth round, you gotta give me like at least two or three of those. It's a first and change. That's what I feel like with Wilkins. It's a first and change. Like I don't see Wilkins not being a first and change. Like, or am I overblowing this? Only a second for Christian Wilkins? Are you serious? At least level two noobs got a second and fourth. How are you gonna get just a second? Fine, but okay, no first. I'm with you. No problem. So you don't think that, but okay, but you don't think he's worth maybe 2 seconds and a fifth? You know, well that because remember the point for the Dolphins is you have to think about this. We got to get as many. If we're gonna get draft picks for a player, we gotta get as many draft picks as possible. So it don't matter if it gotta be like I'm not talking about him specifically, but instead of getting 1 second, we'll take that other second and get maybe like a fourth and two fifths, or a fourth and fifth and a sixth, just so we can get more draft picks. You do make a valid point, AB. They do have to pay him, which is true. But we had to pay Tyreek, and we still gave up what, like five, six draft picks for him. Granted, they were all like, what was it, a second? Because we didn't have a first, so a second, a fifth, two six, I think, a seventh, something like that. It was several picks that we gave up. But the point is to gain as many picks as possible because we have so many holes in this team. It's insane to me. Insane. But I would say the only other player, realistically speaking, that, yeah, it's going to take either a tag and trade or a sign and trade is Christian Wilkins. He's not in your book, so it's really not going to cost you anything. But as far as picks, I'm with you on a maybe a second and fourth, second and third. I still I still think there's a very, I'm gonna say, desperate team out there that could say, okay, I'll give you 2 seconds for him. There's always that one. Listen, no one thought you can get two firsts for Laramie Tunsil. Even Laramie Tunsil said it himself. Shoot, I'd trade me for two firsts. Like that was the funniest interview. One of the funniest interview that I've ever seen. Literally, the player said, "Shoot, I'd trade me for two firsts." You know what I mean? But it was a desperate Bill O'Brien that literally got fleeced by Greer in a desperate attempt to try to get, some sort of. First of all, he was just burning the ship while going down. So he didn't really care, but he still got the two firsts for Laramie Tunsil. There's always that kind of team, that's willing to overpay for a guy. So I'm not gonna say he can't. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Wilkins definitely is. So a second, a third, yes, I can absolutely see a second and a third for Wilkins. Maybe a first and a fourth. Hmm, 2 seconds. Hmm, maybe, perhaps. But those are the only guys that are actually tradable guys in the team. No one else really has trade value, and that's the difference. And by making, well, just keeping these guys, look, it gets you all the way down to 4.3. you know, and not. But also keep in mind when you're trading these guys, you have to also replace them. You're gonna have to get a number one wide receiver and a number two wide receiver. You're gonna have to get a starting quarterback. So yeah, those are the guys that are heavy on the top. Can you maybe draft or trade for a quarterback? Can you maybe draft a wide receiver or two, or maybe get one of these veterans in free agency that might not cost you like a Tyreek, but you can still get value from them. Because I mean, I'm sure we could find somebody that's gonna cost us less than $30 million a season. I'm just saying. So it's there. It's available. Now, the other part of these trade potentials, guys, is trade targets. Yes, trade targets. So let's go over, because I was reading this article. It was actually a pretty good article, I'm not gonna lie. And it's actually kind of funny because the players that are gonna mention, two of them, we should really be accustomed seeing in this division. Yep, 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 yep. So we're definitely gonna go over that real quick. Let me just make sure I get this nice and big for us to see. Damn, I wish this wasn't so insanely huge, but whatever. It is what it is. So let me share this puppy with us. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Number two, our trade targets. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Top Dolphins trade targets entering 2024 off season. This is by Joe Tansey out of Bleacher Report back in February 7th. Go check it out. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome article. But I wanted to look at Mac Drippy. We got the coolest looking coach in the entire NFL. That is true. What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So he posts some really good players that would be good trade targets for us. And I was like, wow, I really like this. So I wanted to share this with you guys so you guys can see it. Let me see. There it is. Okie dokie. Now, Lord, no, there you go. The Miami Dolphins strive. Let me put it here so it'll be easier. Ah, no, thank you. Okay, where we at? That's the whole article. I have to put it on this side. Okay, hang on. Much better. The Miami Dolphins thrived in the NFL trade market over the last two seasons. It's fair to say that we should not expect anything different from Mike McDaniel's team in 2024 as it looks to get better and contend for the top spot in the AFC. How many times have I told you guys this with our amazing GM who absolutely loves to make splashes in the off season? I'm telling you. Seriously. Miami's roster does not have many flaws because of the big name trades and shrewd draft picks made over the last two off seasons. However, the Miami Dolphins can look to a few spots to improve on the trade market before they dive into the 2024 NFL draft, where they have seven selections. Well, I guess we did until we traded one, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe it's six. So just letting you know. Any offensive upgrades should come on either the offensive line or at tight end, while the defense could use some help at linebacker with Jerome Baker and Andrew Van Ginkel set to hit free agency. And I thought, ooh, man, look at this. Lakin Tomlinson. Ooh. This is, I mean, I've heard of Lakin Tomlinson, ladies and gentlemen. 6'3" out of Duke. He played last season 16 games, 7 sacks allowed. Hello. Hello. Yes, out of the New York Jets. I know. I know. Trust me. I know. Now, one thing that you guys may or may not know, he actually played with Mike McDaniel when Mike McDaniel was the run game coordinator in San Francisco from 2017 to 2021. So he already has experience with Mike McDaniel. Okay. Lakeland Thomason achieved a good amount of success with the San Francisco 49ers from 2017 to 2021. Look at that. Mike McDaniel was the run game coordinator and offensive coordinator during Thomason's tenure in San Francisco. Mike McDaniel has not been shy about adding players to the Miami roster with connections to those 49ers teams. The biggest impact of those moves can be seen at running back with Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. He loved to bring his players over. You know what I mean? He does love to bring his players over. So, for some reason, he wants to continue to do that again and again. Tomlinson sucks. He's old. You better off having me out there. That's funny. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's a good one, Red Riding Bills. The Dolphins could use Robert Hunt and Connor Williams in free agency, and while their replacements may be chosen in the draft, Mike McDaniel could turn to a familiar face. The hang up with any Tomlinson trade is that it would take place with a fellow AFC East squad in the New York Jets, and their asking price may be higher because of that. It always happens. Whenever you're trading in division, they're always going to try to get more than what you should be paying, but it is what it is. Oh, look at that. What? Yup, ladies and gentlemen, I told you we're going to be talking about another AFC East player in Dawson Knox. Now, I don't foresee this one being, realistically speaking, kind of done, but we'll have to see. Now, what can the Dolphins get in that Tomlinson trade? We can get him, and we can just trade our 6th round pick um, to to the Jets for them to go ahead and get, for us to go ahead and get Thomason. Now, it is just an opinion. Relax. But Dawson Knox is the next guy on his list. He said Dawson Knox is also an inside the division trade target, but he could make a ton of sense for the Miami offense. The Buffalo Bills will use Dalton Kincaid more in his second season, which could mean a dip in production for Knox. Knox still had value in the postseason alongside Kincaid, but it is clear that he is no longer the number one tight end in Buffalo. And I feel like everybody should have already known that. Dalton Kincaid, I'm actually very upset that the Bills got Kincaid because he was between him and Sam Laporta, they were the 2 tight ends I actually wanted this past draft, and we had an opportunity to get at least one of them, and nope. Flipping Greer and his infinite wisdom passed on them. And for me, I'm like, I can't deal with this man. I'm telling you, Greer irks me so much with some of the decisions he makes. But I will tell you this. I don't foresee this trade happening, seeing how the Bills love Dawson Knox and they love playing that two tight end set all the time. So I don't see this trade happening, but I thought it was very interesting. Remember, it's a possibility, you know? Let's see here. Miami's offense lacked an impact from the tight end position under McDaniel. Knox does not have to be a high volume pass catcher, but if he is effective in the red zone, he would be worthwhile. He would be a worthwhile acquisition. Miami should have concerns about Knox's $14.3 million cap hit in 2024 per Spoltrack, but the team could restructure some contracts to become salary cap compliant. So it's just giving you and letting you know of some of the possible trade targets that we can go for. And, Matt Daniel said there's going to be an emphasis on the tight end position. I get it. Listen, we only have Durham Smythe and the nobodies. So we only have one tight end. That's it. Some would say half a tight end, but no. Smythe is actually a pretty good tight end. So I'm not gonna batch on him. I like him as a tight end. Personally, I think that he definitely gives us a good versatility. And I think that you know he's very good and consistent when it comes to catching, which I like that. He's nowhere near the dynamic catcher like Kasicki was, but he is actually a complete, I won't say fully complete, but completer tight end than Gesicki was because Derek Smith can actually block. And that's one of the things that really helped us. That's one of the things that really helped us is his ability to block. And in this particular scheme that Matt McDaniel likes to run, it is very heavy when it comes to, excuse me, um, very heavy when it comes to having those blocking tight ends. Very needed. So yeah. Um, Well, hey, how you doing? I wish you had a different number, a different name, but only because it's a super chat. Beep, 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 beep. Thank you so much, Michael K. Thank you for the $2 donation. Honestly, every dollar goes right back to the channel, and you guys have no idea how much even the $2 donation really means. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful for that. So keep them coming, buddy. Oh, let's see what you said here. How much snake oil have you bought over the years? None, actually. None whatsoever. That's actually kind of funny. Not gonna lie. Oh, jeez, you're too much. You're too much. You're definitely too much. I can't. But I will tell you this. I get it. I'm with you, Michael. Okay, I don't think the Bills get rid of Dawson Knox because of what I just mentioned. You know what I mean? But you are gonna see his production declining still, or it might stay constant to what it was last year. But Dalton Kincaid absolutely, absolutely is your number one tight end. Period. Period. He is your number one tight end. So being that he is, Knox's numbers are definitely gonna take a little hit. So it's good, but but thank you again for that $2 donation. I really appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, there you have it. So you got Lakeland Tomlinson from the Jets as a possibility to trade. You have Dawson Knox as a possibility to trade. Again, I don't agree with Joel here as far as Knox being a trade target because again, I don't see it coming from the Bills. They really love him, but it's still a possibility. Hey, listen, nobody thought Tyreek was gonna leave the Chiefs, and it ended up happening. So you never know. You never know. So yeah, yeah. Okay, and I believe there's one more. There it is. J.C. Horn, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him. Hey, number 8. Let's go. Well, one thing I will say, Dawson Knox comes over here and wears the number 88. I'm not buying a new 88 jersey. That will forever be get sexy for me. But, I'm not going to be too mad if he wore it, I guess. Well, that's the only thing I liked about Dawson Knox, the fact that he wore 88. And then as a Dolphin fan, I'm like, "Ah, I can't stand that he's actually a really good tight end. Because he really is a really good tight end. There's no other way of putting that. He is a really good tight end. And you know me, Miss Phins loves tight ends. I love tight ends. So, but moving on. The third one he mentioned was J.C. Horn. Okay. So J.C. Horn makes a lot of more sense for the Dolphins from a contractual standpoint than most other trade targets. Horn is in the last year of his rookie contract, and the Carolina Panthers could look to trade him if they are not willing to pay him a massive extension. Um, the Dolphins have a $52 million tied up between Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard at the moment, so they would have to find a cheaper option to replace some depth that could leave in free agency. Horn would give the Dolphins three solid coverage cornerbacks, which could make life difficult for any other AFC contender. Miami would probably have to give up one or two of its day 3 picks to land Horn because of his contract situation. That leaves Carolina with a lack of leverage in any trade conversations. Um, yeah. Ryan, you say JC Horn is good, but I think he has injury issues. We have to stay away from players like that. We already have too many injured slash injury prone players. Ryan AP, if JC Horn really does have injury concerns, like you mentioned, then he is exactly the player that Chris Greer wants. Cause he loves to dangle, with the history of injury. We really want to be able to commit to you. We really want to see you excel here and grow right now. Man, this is exactly the type of player this man loves. What? You mean to tell me he loves to get bargain shopping? Where? At the swap shop. I'm telling you. Like, he loves these kind of players. Oh, I'm telling you right now, a player could have a like, super, average kind of performance in the last year, last 2 years, like average. Nothing like super spectacular, but status quo. And the minute you but he has some injury concerns, it's like a beacon. I'm telling you, it's like a beacon for Chris Greer. What? We can get a player? He injured? Okay. Hey, we're gonna have to make some talks. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't get the man. I don't get the man. He, but he absolutely loves those kind of players. So, what say you, ladies and gentlemen? Do you agree with any of those targeted players in which from Bleacher Report stated that the Miami Dolphins could get? I mean, two of them are literally from Joe Tansey from Bleacher Report. Shout out to him. Go check him out. That was awesome. Um, But yeah, like Greer's obsession with injury players is just ridiculous to me at this point. It really is. It's ridiculous. So to me, he is an absolutely a Chris Greer kind of player, especially if he's injured. This man loves injured players. Like, I mean, loves them. So annoying. But so let me know in the comment section, guys. Do you agree with Joe Tanny? You know, getting Tomlinson from the Jets, getting Knox from the Bills, getting Horn from Carolina Panthers. I think the most realistic would be Horn, in my opinion. The most Dolphins kind of caliber player to me is JC Horn, and it does help us out, being that we're gonna have to get rid of X anyways. We'll be able to get a young player um, that would allow us to go ahead and do this. So yes, absolutely yes. What's the other thing that we've got? Well, the third and last thing, ladies and gentlemen, is pick trades. Pick trades. Woo, 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 woo. Pick trades. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So we already talked about our tradable players. Which players realistically have value that we can trade for picks. Because there's no point in trading a player if you're not going to be able to like get something out of them. You know what I mean? But they are players that we have, and we went over those, are tradable players. We just went over some of the trade targets, perhaps, that the Dolphins can have. I am with our fellow Bills fans that I don't foresee whatsoever the Bills trading Dawson Knox unless it's like, I mean, listen, everybody's tradable. Every Patrick Mahomes is tradable, whether people think about it or not. Are you kidding me? Everybody's tradable, even Patrick Mahomes. Okay, it just depends on how much is that GM willing to pay. Mm, mm-mm. Just saying, just saying. But anyways, and now we get to talk about our pick trades. But Miss Phins, what do you mean? Well, with this one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I mean. So we have the Tankathon, which to me, it always makes me laugh every time I say that, like the Tankathon. Which I'm not gonna lie, in 2020, I was absolutely obsessed with this website, just thinking, okay, or I guess 2019. I'm like, look, where are we? Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna have a top 10. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Oh, finally, we're bad enough to get a good pick. Thank you, Lord. Wait, what? We won a game? Okay, that's good. I'm not trying to go 0 and 16 anyway, so it is. Okay, good, good. What? We won a second game? Slow down. Slow down, Flores. We don't need to drop out of the top pick. Slow down. Like come on. We got Cincinnati to deal with. Like, stop. Fine, we got two. Great. Stop. We don't need no more wins. God dang it, this flipping coach. Oh, God, I can't believe we won 3 games. God. Treat that. Look at there goes the first round. Oh, ah, this flipping team. God. Why? We could never be bad enough to get a good pick. We can never be good enough to win a flipping Super Bowl. God, we just suck. Oh Lord, I can't. Well, there goes the second round pick. We just won our fourth game. This is what are we? What, third? I mean, that's still not bad, but we won five. Get the hell out of here, man! You freaking kidding me? We dropped outside the top three. When are we gonna get another opportunity like this? Oh my god, I just can't deal with this team. Oh, why do we? Why Why did we win, man? Now we got the fifth overall. I don't care about the fifth overall. It sucks. God, Flores, Greer, you guys suck. You can't even take right. Golly, man. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw my entire 2019 or 2018, 2019 experience as a Miami Dolphins fan. Because let me tell you, I knew I wasn't the only one. I know I was not the only one being pissed. We won any games. Misfits, slow down. Yeah. I'm like, chill, Flores. You got your two wins. Good. We're not going to be like, what's his name? Cam Cameron, but come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Slow down. We don't need any more picks, like any more wins. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm telling you, yo, man, it's funny because it's weird. Let me take a minute here. Look, before we get into the pick trades, guys, because I just went through the entire like. It's so frustrating as a Dolphins fan because I can't speak like any other fan because I'm not a fan of any other team. I mean, except the Giants, but you guys know why. But man, I'm telling you right now, I was like, holy, like literally all the emotions you can think of as a Dolphins fan. I know I wasn't the only one. Watching the games with my family, man, me and my brother, we'd go at it. Like, I can't believe with these Walmart players who are still winning these games. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I mean, yeah, guys, you laugh. I see you guys laugh in the comment section, but you laugh. But you know, you were right there with me. Like, slow down, Flores. We need the first round pick. We need the first overall, dude. We don't need to be out of the top three. Give me at least top three. You know what I mean? Give me top three. No, this man got to win 5 games. Like, I mean, congrats, because they're nobodies, but man, trust me, I know for a fact I was not the only Dolphins player feeling that way. Like, we'd have conversations with all our friends, and we'd be like, "Yeah, I don't understand this. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're always have 500, so we're never good enough to win the Super Bowl, go on a deep playoff run, or even get into the playoffs. But we can't even be bad enough to get a like top pick, top three pick, and then a chance that we finally get like yes." Finally, you know what? I get it. I see the vision. Let's do it. We got the right coach. We're about to get the right quarterback. Oh, God, yes, thank you so much. Oh my God, let's do this. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? I was full tank mode, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? You're not a real fan if you're rooting for your team to tank. You know what? As a real fan, I'd rather take an L 1 year and get my franchise quarterback than be dealing with the crap we've been dealing with for the last 25 years of literally being the most 500 team in the entire league. I need some water. Excuse me. My Lord. But 4 years later, we already, like what, 5 years later, we're already seeing what all of that ended up being. You know what I mean? But at that moment, I'm not gonna lie, I was, the emotions were up and down. Like, come on, please, can we tank right? I'm like, fine, beat us, Patriots, beat us, Bills, beat us. I'm like, I don't care, beat us. I mean, I was cool with 2 wins, but don't get out of the top 3 picks. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, hey, we got another Mother Nature. Thank you so much, Michael K. Miss Finch, the female Napoleon Dynamite. It's funny enough. I wear glasses, not all the time, but I do wear glasses too. I get it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I like that. Oh, yeah. Love this stream for a New Year fan. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm telling you right now, man, the emotions were up and down. I'm not gonna lie to you. Miss Finn ain't playing around this morning. Man, she's in win now mode. Oh, I am in win now mode. Now I am, but you know, back then I was like, come on, we need to get the first round pick. And I get it, guys, they want to play, they want to earn their contracts, they want to show out for the league, especially the young players. I mean, we picked up so many, like we had so many free agents. Guys are playing for other contracts. And the thing is, we didn't really get like blown out that season. Like just like maybe like one or two games that was like we had no shot, but for the most part, we were in every single game. But then we just came up short. And I'm like, no, what do you mean? I can't believe we lost. No, you know, because I'm trying to get a first round pick. People, don't be mad at me, okay? But anywho, let's go back to the tankathon. Uh, so now we can talk about our number third topic today. It's our pick trades. Why our pick trades? So let's go over the big board. Let's go over the big board. Well, this, if you've never seen the tankathon, my brother put me onto this. It's actually pretty good. Um, I like it because you get to see like a bunch of stuff, right? So right now, one thing that you get to see is, they give you all the players that they expect based on, the big draft board and things like that. Um, they give you the list of different players and the draft orders and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So you see our different third rounder forfeited. Yeah, it's lame, but these are all compensatory picks, the ones with the little asterisks. But it's cool because it kind of breaks it all down for you. You know what I mean? And you get an opportunity to see all that, right? So, as you saw from before, where we had a first, a second, fifth, and two six. Hold on, 'cause I forgot again. Yeah, first, a second, a fifth, two six, and a seventh. So these are the picks that we currently have, and one of them we got from Chicago, right? But I know we've had this conversation multiple times, and to me, it's like, okay, we kind of have to focus on this, right? And this is the thing: we have to, we have so many holes. I feel like we need to maximize each pick. So, two things we're gonna do today when it comes to this particular picks trades. Can we? And when we do, this is why I love doing mock drafts. Man, we go insane when it comes to draft. Sometimes I'm dropping back so much it's almost like, really, what the heck are you getting all these picks for? But I love mock drafts. But one thing for me is getting our bang for our bucks. We gotta get our bangs for our bucks. To me, 21st overall, it will have to be a ridiculously significant player for a position that we absolutely need. If it's a left tackle, and I mean like stud left tackle, I'm getting him with my 21st pick, in my opinion. But if not, I'm trading back and I'm hauling the notes, as many picks as I can get for this first. So when you go into the full order, right? Look at this. Look at all the teams ahead of us, right? Excuse me. Look where Miami is. You see Kansas City, obviously, because they literally won the Super Bowl. And then you see all the other teams coming through with that, right? But for me, who's to say one of these other teams doesn't want to move up to get a player, a specific player? Now, I want to show you in the big board, right, that you just saw. The Dolphins, according to Tankathon, obviously you're gonna see a million, like Mel Kiper, and everybody's got their own little board and how it'll work and whatever, right? But so far, they have for the Dolphins and first overall pick, they have out of Michigan J.J. McCarthy, okay, quarterback out of Michigan, 6'3", 202 pounds, 2,900 yards, 3,000 yards last season, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, passer rating of 167.4. So they're saying, based on our draft position, that we're more than likely going to be getting J.J. McCarthy. Or, that's who we should get based on where we are. But I know a lot of people, they're up and down. Should we get a quarterback? Should we not get a quarterback? If Tua really is our franchise quarterback, we are going to extend him. Why would you pick a quarterback so high and not get somebody? You know what I mean? All these questions and considerations are being talked about because they are legitimate, in my opinion. But to me, I wouldn't draft a quarterback in this position unless I'm trading Tua to a different team, i.e., Chicago for Justin Fields or something else. Why would I spend my first overall on a maybe quarterback? Now, granted, yesterday we had a great conversation of, ranking the top 5 quarterbacks out of the 2020 draft class based on health, based on the team around them, and based on their Super Bowl potential, right? And it was actually a fun exercise, you know what I mean? Breaking all those down. Go check out yesterday's show. But in my opinion, I don't know if I'm gonna trade for. Or I guess yeah, you could say Rafael. You could say Atlanta could be another one as well for picks. Maybe get a Kyle Pitts, but he's more of a receiving tight end. He's not really a blocking tight end, and we really need a blocking tight end. Um, we don't need a running back. They're gonna keep B John. You know what I mean? So, but they might have some other pieces that we can get from Atlanta. So yeah, it could be a maybe even Atlanta, right? But if we do trade for, let's say, Atlanta for a lineman or something like that, then I can understand if you want to go ahead and draft a quarterback. I can see that. Now, I wouldn't draft him there. There might be a bigger quarterback thirsty team that might want to go ahead and do it. Because, let me tell you something. One thing you will see from teams, they have a general idea. Okay, they have a general idea of what teams around them are going to be doing. They have a general idea of what teams around them. Obviously, they're going to look at their own board, create their own boards, but they're still going to have a general idea of what teams around them, especially the teams, depending on if they want to move up or down. Okay, what do they need? Blah, 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 based on free agency, based on the cap. You know what I mean? Based on the players they already have, all of that, man. Getting ready for the draft, it is a gauntlet, absolute gauntlet. And because of that, you know, each draft pick it's so valuable. So seeing the big board and seeing how they have JJ McCarthy for us, I'm like, I don't know. I would actually trade back from this pick. I would trade back. If there's a team that maybe perhaps wants a quarterback at 21, like, I mean, the Philly are good. Tampa Bay, maybe if they don't sign Baker, maybe they might want a young quarterback to bring him behind him. But getting a first, that might be a little bit tough. Maybe Arizona. Obviously, none of these teams here are going to want a quarterback. So, realistically speaking, maybe Carolina might want to take a flyer on him. I don't know. I don't know. New England, no, but New England is going to get their quarterback already. So, there's no point there. You know what I mean? So, taking a look at maybe Washington might want to pick up a quarterback or a different position. My point is that when it comes to the draft, oh, that's what I was gonna do. Where are we? When it comes to the draft, my main concern is to gather as many draft picks as possible, and that's gonna be trading back. So for this first round pick, I want. I mean, we can swap. Well, we can swap first round picks, for a later team, a later first round pick. But realistically speaking, I want to get at least 2 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds and a third, since I don't have, or a second, two thirds, and a fourth. You know, I want to get as many draft picks as possible for this first round pick. That's what I want. That's like when it comes to trading picks, that is the number one thing I'm doing. The number one thing. If I can't get a stud, and I mean stud lineman, whether it could be a D lineman too. Remember, guys, it doesn't. We need O line and we need D line. Could we draft perhaps Christian Wilkins' replacement? You know what I mean? Could we? I mean, we won't be high enough to get alt. He might even fall. You never know. You absolutely never know. So if it's gonna be, if it's gonna be tackle or anything like that, which to me it should be our biggest priority. It should be a lineman, period. Whether it's O line or a D line, but for me, I'm trying to get as many as possible. And then our second pick, we have pick 55. So on pick 55, they're saying we're going to be getting Cooper Beebe. I think that's how you say it. I think that's how you say Beebe. Right? Beebe? Yeah. Out of Kansas State. Ooh, Kansas State with our second year quarterback, Mr. Skyler the Rocket Thompson is from. He's an he's a guard. Yeah, I don't think he's a center. I think he's a guard. Some class said we should trade up, draft JJ McCarthy. What's up, Jermaine? Yeah, no. They already have him slotted at 21 for us. I'm like, I'm not picking a quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with you. How about trading down into the early second round, maybe with New England if they draft Marvin Harrison at number three? Okay, yeah, that's an option, Anthony. It's a great one. I like that. I like that. That's good. You know, um, but yeah, I think Cooper is I think he's a guard. I don't think he's a center. Maybe I'm confusing him with someone else. But regardless, regardless, I'm looking for studs, and the only studs I'm looking for have to be either in the D line, like a replacement to Christian Wilkins, or in the O line. And I'm looking for either a left tackle, which those are expensive. I'm looking for either a left tackle, a center. I mean, I'm talking center or even a left guard. That's what I'm looking for if I'm doing if I'm picking in the first round. If not, I'm trading back. I'm gonna get a couple of picks for that first round pick. And G man, I heard you. I must thought that's funny. I said, why would you want more? Why would you want more draft picks if it's Greer gonna be making the selections? I get it, guys. I get it. He frustrates me too when it comes to all that. But the thing is, we don't have, look, we literally, literally do not have a third because we forfeited that or a fourth. We don't got a third, we don't got a fourth. And to me, the gem like rounds, like everybody's always gonna look at the first round. Ooh, who gets drafted? You know, the first round, blah blah blah, right? But that second day, that's the real gem for me. That second, third, fourth round, that's where I feel like you get the most gem. That's where I'm like, ooh, we got a good one with this. See, you want to get bang for your buck. You know what I mean? A guy that maybe was slotted to be in the first, but he dropped down to the third. You know what? I still believe in this guy. I'm gonna find out why is he dropping down? Did we miss something? You know? But if I truly believe in him, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up. Bang for your buck. Well, like I said, there's no way I'm picking in the 21st overall pick if it's not for a stud lineman, either offense or defense. Either one, don't matter to me. But that's it. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the pick trades. I feel like, I mean, you're not trading down from the seventh round, or the sixth round, but the two rounds that you could trade down from, definitely the first round to pick up several pieces, or even the second round. You can trade back and swap picks in the second round and pick up a third or even a third and a fourth by swapping picks. Uh, Teams do that all the time. Hey, you're at 55. I'm at 70. I can give you a fourth. We trade. I give you my third and my fourth for that. For moving up. Blah blah blah. All right, cool. That's it's still a possibility. So you could swap picks as well. But my thing is, hey, what's up, Adam? Welcome, buddy. My thing is, definitely, absolutely, definitely, if it ain't a stud lineman, I am trading back. Don't give me no quarterback, and if we don't need no quarterback, even if you trade Tua out, which I really don't think we will. Don't give me a quarterback. It's a wasted pick, in my opinion. Nobody is Nobody CJ Stroud, man. Everybody miss that. Everybody missed that. It's a fireable offense of what Carolina Panthers did, being the number one overall and literally picking the wrong guy from Alabama. I don't like Alabama, so there you go. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the pick trades that we could also do. Just to give you guys a little scenario. Don't worry, we're gonna be talking about, the draft and doing mock drafts. And I have a few people coming over who are experts at it. I'm also working on a couple other stuff too. Stay tuned because it's gonna be fun. And I might even give you the opportunity to challenge me, Phins, live, ladies and gentlemen. And you'll see what I mean when I say that, but I can't. I can't. Can't do that right now. So it's gonna be good. What's up, EM? I see you in the building. Welcome, welcome. But there you have it, guys, ladies and gentlemen. That was an awesome show in what in the trade Miami Dolphins edition. Yes, we just went through our trade potentials for draft picks and players. It was such a great show here that we were able to go ahead and discuss all these different scenarios with you guys. We went over our tradable players. We went over our trade targets, at least some of the trade targets that I'm seeing out there that could possibly want to consider. You know what I mean? Some within the division, others outside the division. But that is what we have, ladies and gentlemen. What we went through, and then finally our pick trades. Do you pick in the first? If you would, for what? Do you pick in the second? If you would, for what? How many picks do you think you can get for that first round pick? So on and so forth. So that way we can bring in players that we need, because remember, we need bodies, and a lot of people don't understand this. We've only had 8 selections in the last 2 years, four in the first year, four the last year. That's nothing. Teams get 8 in 1 draft, and we only have 8 in 2 drafts. And every time we started either in the third or below. So we have to maximize the fact that we have, you know, the first and second round picks that we have, because we haven't had those in a while. And on top of that, too, how can we get more draft picks? So we went through those scenarios with you guys today. So go ahead and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Miss Phins. I'm Miss Phins. Shout out the $2 donations. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, guys. And shout out to everybody else that was able to go ahead and support the channel. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let everybody else know we're here. And again, this is Miss Phins. I am Miss Phins. Thank God it's Friday. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.